Jessa Smooth Yogurt comes in various flavors like vanilla, strawberry and banana. Jessa Farm Dairy. Always trusted, always delicious.
And the change of government won't stop a thing. I've run out of fingers counting the number of multinationals setting up here.
What about the 3 companies that announced their plans to launch last week?
I say they're shopping. Me, I'd be looking to sell.
At what price?
More. Much, much more.
I don't know who you are or how you know these things, but one thing I'm sure of, you're in the wrong job. Here, call me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to hear more from you.
Are you ready for your big break? The East African, understanding the region.
NTV, turning on the world.
A very warm welcome to NTV at One. My name is Solomon Serwanja and I hope you've had a great start to the weekend. We'll start this bulletin with a look at the headlines. 1 killed and several injured as 2 cars rammed into an overturned trailer at Matango along the Kampala-Masaka highway. Police arrest a man found in the premises of Ginger Referral Hospital with chloroform and fake currency. Also coming up in health, the shame and health complications that follow a woman who experiences obstetric fistula. Welcome once again. Now, 1 person has died and 18 others injured after 2 cars rammed into an overturned truck along the Kampala-Masaka highway. We have a report.
At about 2 a.m. this morning, 1 person was killed and 18 others critically injured. A minibus carrying passengers from a wedding in Kampala rammed into this truck that had been a while on the road. The truck had failed to climb the hill as it was heavily loaded with bags of coffee beans.
When it failed to climb, it went in reverse and overturned in the middle of the road. So shortly after, a certain coaster which was from Kampala.
Shortly after the accident, another occurred, still caused by the same truck. The second accident involved a truck carrying milk from Lyantonde. The driver of the milk truck, Joseph Ntanda, died on the spot. The injured were all taken to Masaka Hospital. Some of the survivors blamed the police for not having signposts and indicators of accident ahead. Masaka District Traffic Officer James Tibejuka was also injured as he was trying to remove the victims from the minibus.
Sad indeed. Now, police in Jinja has arrested 3 Muslim leaders who were allegedly found child trafficking. The Regional Police Commander Alex Twebazi says that the Fuso truck registration number UAT 668D carrying 70 children was intercepted at the bridge allegedly heading to a Muslim school in Walukuba, Jinja district. The children, who were all circumcised by the time they were found, are said to have been picked from Luwero district. We have a report.
we intercepted the other lorry this morning at the bridge, and that they were heading to Bugembe, or rather Warukuba, and that they are converts. They are going to the converts center in Warukuba. But what surprised us is that they are all, majority of them are still very young, and that's what attracted our attention. And we said, no, let us first cross-check. Now, on cross-checking, we found that at the school, the convent school, they don't accept children of this age. And now we are investigating the matter. The person behind it, he said to be still in Ruero, but we shall get on him. Only that these ones, we have decided that they should be taken back to Ruero as we investigate the matter, because we want to confirm, are the relatives aware, you know? Because for one to convert, there should be some kind of consent, or the parents themselves should be aware.
Police on child trafficking. Moving on, police in Jinja is holding a suspected grifter at the Jinja police station. Samson Bamwine was arrested at Jinja Referral Hospital in possession of fake money and chloroform. Patients at the hospital who had claimed he had duped them were set to carry out their own justice when police arrived.
There has been no forthcoming explanation for why Samson Bamwine, a man in good health, was walking around the hospital with fake money and chloroform. Medical workers and some patients claim he is a fraudster. By the time the police arrived to take him into custody after he had been brought to their attention, a crowd had already begun to gather to take justice into their hands.
I thought it was what? I thought it was good money. I got the money, even the bursa, I put them in the pocket.
That boy was found in Ward 9, in possession with the fake notice and the chloroform. So the intention of that chloroform, we don't know. And the notes, we know that fake notes are not accepted.
Bamwine is in police custody as his motives are unearthed.
Development Initiative International has launched a program aimed at strengthening HIV/AIDS response in market communities. The project, funded by the Norwegian government, targets 15 markets. It has been launched at Mbale's main market.
Market vendors are a remarkable portion of the informal sector, which covers up to 80% of the local population. Oftentimes, this population has been left out when it comes to service delivery. A new project to involve this group of the population in the fight against HIV has been launched in Mbale's main market. Annette Nachito, the Executive Director of Development Initiative International, says this move is aimed at strengthening HIV response in market communities.
You know, market vendors are more than 12 hours in their workplaces. They go early in the morning, in the wee hours of the morning at 3, they're in the market, and then they leave late in the evening. They do not have time to seek medical services, especially when they feel they are not dying the next minute.
So far, 170 market vendors have accessed HIV testing services in the project that was started in Kampala's markets.
Among the people that tested, we have 62% were actually men.
The beneficiaries of the project have welcomed it as one that will help them access HIV services with ease. The Norwegian government continues to pledge its support to reducing the burden of HIV/AIDS in Uganda.
It is especially heartening to hear the testimony of how vendors perceive the benefits of the project and how, in a short time, the project has already impacted the lives and the work.
The project, so far running in 15 markets in Uganda, is expected to run countrywide until 2017.
Shame, segregation, and numerous health problems are what finally befall any woman who experiences obstetric fistula a hole on the birth canal. According to the World Health Organization, up to 100,000 women get this preventable condition, and most are in the developing world. The sub-Saharan Africa is now, however, making efforts in treating it.
This happened to me because of childbirth. I've been leaking for 18 years.
This patient from Ethiopia has just started receiving treatment for obstetric fistula after almost 2 decades. This should not come as a surprise though. Reports by the World Health Organization estimate that about 2 million young women in Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa live with untreated obstetric fistula.
These women who have suffered has to be treated, and they have to regain their health so that they can live with that dignity.
The indignity they suffer is too much. My husband left me and I rented a house, but the owner kicked me out because of the smell, she says.
I never used to sleep because of the condition I was in. My heart was not at peace.
Not at peace because obstetric fistula sees to their birth canal being torn, leaving a hole that makes them leak constantly and have a bad odor. It is a result of prolonged labor. Dr. Catherine Hamlin leads the Addis Ababa Fistula Hospital in Ethiopia and worries over the immense social segregation.
They lost everything, their femininity, their money, their husband, their family. They were outcasts from their society.
The United Nations reports that in developing countries, more than 40% of women give birth without skilled birth attendants. There are not nearly enough midwives, gynecologists and obstetricians. A comprehensive community-based rehabilitation hospital in Tanzania is working to cure women living with fistula and ensure that they have access to the care they need.
Fistula is 100% preventable if you give proper obstetric care when it is necessary, and somebody looks after proper antenatal care. You can prevent fistula.
Now critically needed partnerships are forming, pulling together resources from charitable organizations, UN agencies, and the Johnson & Johnson company. The result is increased training in emergency obstetrics and curative surgery for women who could otherwise never afford them.
It's very important that we are working with the University of Gondar here. We are working also with Fistula Foundation, with different organizations, and a lot of achievements have been made.
This support is vital. Following fistula repair surgery, women are getting rehabilitative assistance. In one pilot program in Dar es Salaam, patients are being trained in professional skills such as tailoring and screen printing, and they receive counseling so they can better reintegrate into their communities. In Uganda, a hospital like Kitovu is also helping restore women's dignity, offering each free treatment and even refunding the transport of those who come from far and cannot afford to go to hospital. In 2011, during a meeting with the Partnership for Maternal, Newborn and Child Health, many African countries promised to increase budgetary support to maternal, newborn and child health with comprehensive emergency obstetric and newborn care services taking center stage, especially for Uganda. Florence Nalimba, NTV.
Thank you very much, Florence Nalimba. We're now going to take a short break, but NTV at One continues shortly, so do stay with us.
The Rainbow Ben 10 Carnival Season 2 is back. Join our team on Sunday, the 10th of August at Chiwatula Recreation Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. for a fun-filled kids experience. There will be lots of kids games like bouncing castles, train rides, swimming, face painting, bicycle rides, five-a-side, and many more Ben 10 goodies to be won. Entrance fee is only 10,000 shillings. This event is brought to you by Monitor Rainbow Magazine and Planet K.
On the next episode, brought to you by...
At Orange, we know you want to do more on the internet. That's why we bring you happy hour day and night.
On the next episode of Kitchen Delight.
This week on Kitchen Delight, for my brothers who are in Ramadan, I'm doing something special. A colored pasta, of course, with a pudding that is made out of mango. I'm going to put passion. Now, using a spoon, just drizzle yogurt over. I love it. I enjoy it. I love it. I enjoy it. Now, this is a meal, as I told you, we're in the month of Ramadan, that you'll have friends come over or you're breaking your fast. And yogurt and passion, you will love it. It's happening only here on NTV. In my kitchen, of course, on Sunday at 4:30 p.m.
You can download movies at the lowest prices and never fast from Orange. Dial *133# to buy a data bundle. Happy hour changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Welcome back. You are still watching NTV at 1. To neighboring Kenya, an unknown number of gunmen in Changamwe, Mombasa County last night attacked a vehicle in which Modern Coast bus owner and proprietor businessman Rashid Bat was traveling in, killing him. Following the incident, 2 victims who are currently in hospital were shot at, and one of them is a 4-year-old boy whose leg has been amputated. Peter Mwangagi with the details.
Shortly after 8 p.m. last night, gunmen opened fire on the occupants of this Nissan Patrol in Changamwe. Over 20 bullets were fired at the vehicle, hitting the driver's door and window, the windscreen, as well as the co-driver's side. The car then veered off the road and hit the side of the road. Its front was damaged. Modern Coast bus owner Shahid Bat did not survive.
Hapo tukiwa pale risasi ililia hapa kama gitaa. Unasikia?
Mombasa Police County Commander Robert Kituru and other security personnel arrived at the scene soon afterwards.
Marehemu alikuwa ameenda airport kuleta mtoto wake. So kufika hapa tumeambiwa iko mtu wa bigibigi alikuwa anaomba nafasi ndio aingie pande ile ya barabara. Ndipo iko gari ambaye ni nyeusi, walisema ni nyeusi kwa sababu ilikuwa ni usiku. Ilitokea na machambazi wakatoka wakapiga marehemu.
When the gunmen were done, they shot at other people as they fled. But the incident has had far-reaching implications as it has left a family in agony. 4-year-old Ali Mohammed is admitted at Bomu Hospital in Changamwe. His left leg has been amputated after being shot. His family claims he was wrongfully shot by the police. The vehicle they were traveling in got caught up in the shooting. They say police mistook them for the criminals.
Asema kifika kona Potrizi wasikia risasi, alafu akaona magari mengine wageuza warudi ndia ile ile walokujia.
Ali's uncle, who is in another ward at the hospital, was holding him in the vehicle during the shootout. He was shot in the leg. The others whom they were with were arrested but later released. The family is contemplating taking action against the police. The incident has sparked sharp reactions from Changamwe MP Omar Mwinyi, civil society groups such as Muhuri and Haki Foundation, as well as the business community.
We want answers from the government. We want answers from the police. Why is insecurity in such a huge state in this country?
In December last year, Shahid Bat was arrested and charged in court with terror-related offenses and incitement to violence within Mombasa. The motive of the attack has not been established. The incident that took place here last night is a sure indicator of the effects of insecurity, especially here in Mombasa County. And yet again, the focus is on the government to ensure that such does not take place again. Peter Mwangangi, NTV, Mombasa.
Thank you very much, Peter. Now, drama ensued at Massacre Central Police as fish dealers fought with workers of the businessman and motor rally champion Ponciano Rakataka. The fight was over the 4 trucks that were impounded with immature fish from the forest near Dimo landing site in Chanamukaka in Massacre district.
Individual fish dealers accused Rakataka's workers, led by Abdul Muchibi, for tipping off fisheries enforcement officers to impound fish belonging to other fish dealers. Muchibi says the attack will not deter him from doing his job and will continue to give the police information about which dealers harvest and sell immature fish.
Why did he want to beat me? The fish is not his. Let them check if it's immature or mature fish.
4 trucks with immature fresh and smoked fish were impounded and the whole was given away to the public.
July 11th, 2010 was a day of infamy. Suspected Al-Shabaab cells targeted those who were watching the World Cup final, killing about 76 Ugandans. There was an emotional outpouring of grief as families mourned their loved ones. This day has since then changed the political landscape in the region as security agencies attempted to forestall future attacks, while insurgents attempt to establish a foothold in the region. In the first part of a series titled The Day After July 11th, Emmanuel Mutaiziwa examines an insurgents hub in the region and its links to the Kampala attacks.
This is Eastleigh, a Somali community bastion on the outskirts of Nairobi. Security officials here claim that beneath the bustle of merchant trade in this area thrives illicit gun runners and sleeper cells.
Eastleigh suburb in Nairobi holds a large Somali community. With a wave of insecurity, security forces have raided this place to look out for wrong elements. But this has been marked with extrajudicial detentions and racial profiling.
I want to ask the president, what about Somalis who have been arrested without due process, who have been arrested without any legal procedure? What about Somalis who have been arrested by the police every now and then and nobody is speaking for them?
The police is some Somalian people, and you can see some people, they have ID and they born here and been arrested without asking any identity.
Eastleigh is on the radar of security agencies in the region, including Uganda. Highly placed sources at the heart of investigations into the July 11th Kampala terror attacks claim the suspected mastermind Musa Dere lived in this area. As a way of forestalling future terror attacks, Uganda's counter-terrorism agencies currently run covert security rings in Kenya. As the country mourned the dead punctuated with collective grief, security experts say the masterminds of this mayhem, Musa Dere and the one Jabril, an explosive expert who visited Kampala at least 4 times before the attack, traveled to Mogadishu. Jabril, a reclusive figure and part of the Al-Shabaab intelligence wing, had run several errands for the insurgents in the region. Musa Dere grew up in Wajir, a northeastern town in Kenya. Later on in life, Musa became radicalized by a friend. In Al-Shabaab circles, he was known as Abdullah Dere. He's believed to have met Fazul Muhammad, the ringleader of the Al-Qaeda in East Africa, in 2004 Mombasa, and became his personal assistant. Musa Dere lost one of his legs while fighting in Mogadishu, eventually returning home for treatment in 2006. He operated from Mombasa, recruiting jihadists in Nairobi and Wajir. In 2009, Musa, who had legal documents as a Kenyan national, rented a plush house in Nairobi's South Sea Estate, where he lived with his sister. Although he did not have formal education, Musa spoke English, Swahili, Arabic and Somali, a gift that he used to carefully craft his movements across the porous borders in the region. In Nairobi, he had a close relationship with some of the Somali clerics in Eastleigh and regularly prayed at the Jamia Masjid in central Nairobi. The Jamia Masjid, a mosque in the central business district, offered radical preaching, and some of those who frequented it were recent converts, where the message of jihad against those who had invaded holy lands gained traction. According to security sources, barely months before the attacks, Musa Dere reached out to some of these converts to establish sleeper cells for the mission. As the afternoons wore on, so did the plan fall in place. According to sources close to the investigation, Haj Suleiman Nyamandondo, a brother to two other terror suspects of Kenyan nationality, traveled by